Well, hello YouTubers, how's it going? Well, I got another project here going. I got another lawnmower that I picked up for free at the scrapyard. Someone threw it out, and I have zero money into this. So what we're going to do, we're going to check it out, hopefully clean it up, and get it running. Now this is a Mower 4.5 horsepower motor. And I'm not sure what year they actually made this, but if you look at the mower overall, it's hard to believe that sometimes people throw stuff like this away. This is probably about a $250 push mower. It's a pretty heavy mower. There is the tag that's on it. I may do some research and try to figure out exactly just how old it is. Now the first thing I noticed when I saw it laying in the scrapyard, they were about ready to crush it, I looked at it and I said, well, wait a minute, this deck is in really good shape, and you can see it's got a nice solid deck all the way around. Usually by now these decks are pretty much starting to rot out. You'll see cracks going through them, but not this one. This was in really good shape. That's why I've decided to go ahead and save this guy. Even the chute here is in really good shape, but you can really see it has been out in the weather for quite some time. Look at the mold, the dirt. Even has this gas cap here that's kind of a weird looking thing. And you can see it's got kind of a relief valve on top. So this lawnmower, someone probably paid, like I said, probably close to $200 for it. Perhaps just a little bit more. So the reason I grabbed it is for the obvious reasons. The deck is in really good shape. The wheels are in fantastic shape. And I just had to pick it up. I just could not see it go to the scrapyard. I was really curious to see if I can get it running again and hopefully make it like new, like I did a previous lawnmower about a year ago, which has over 100,000 views, which I am really shocked. I figured that video may get maybe 5,000 views. So it was a pretty good video to watch, and really a lot of people enjoyed it. So I thought I'd try it one more time. But this mower, like I said, when I saw it, I thought, it's got to be saved. It's in really good shape. Just cosmetically, it looks like crap. As you can see right here, I really like this. It has a nice pull string here. You don't have to bend all the way down to start this up. You just pull it right here. See, we got the automatic kill switch to kill the engine. And one thing also I noticed here is this lawnmower has all 4 adjusting levers for all the wheels. Even the cheaper mowers don't have this. So this mower did cost a pretty penny. Now some of the things I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to clean out the tank. We're going to take off the air cleaner here, check the plugs, see if there's any spark. I've already checked the oil. And as you can see, the oil, it's pretty dirty, so we'll change that. The mower is free. I can pull this string here. As you see, I can turn the motor, so the motor is not locked up, which is a good thing. So the muffler's in good shape. Just a lot of dirt, and you notice all the stickers are intact. If I clean these up, it actually may look pretty good with the stickers on it. And one final note, on the back, that little plastic guard is off, but I'll make another one. We'll stick that on there. It'll probably be better than the factory one. Alright, so here's one last look at it. It is ugly, it's dirty. We're going to clean it up, change the oil, see if we can get this thing running. And this is what's pretty amazing about people that throw stuff away. Sometimes it's a simple fix. And like I said, these mowers sometimes can cost quite a bit of money. So the only money I'll have in it is my time. Before we start cleaning and tinkering, one thing they want you to know that this engine was made in the USA with this fancy sticker they got on the side of the tank. So let's get to it and see what we can find here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do right off the bat, we're going to have to clean this gas out of the tank. If I set my camera just right, look at that down there. That is some nasty brown looking stuff. And look at this. Oh, that is not good. So first thing we're going to have to do is go ahead and clean this gas tank out and see what that's all about. Alright, so I'm going ahead and empty out all the gas into a container here, and look at this. I'm not sure what this is, but it certainly is not gasoline. It looks like it's water, rust, and whatsoever. This is pretty nasty. You're probably wondering why I just don't take the tank off and clean it. Well, I'd rather leave it all together for now, because if I start taking stuff apart, I may have to replace gaskets that I don't have. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and take a cloth and stick down this gas tank, take a screwdriver, and get that cloth down there and clean it in and out, put some more gas in it, and just do this a couple of times until I get this tank fairly clean. Okay, so we got the tank all cleaned out, and I'm starting to wipe off some of these stickers as we go. And as you can see down in there, there's a little bit of rust, but nothing too serious. But I did get all that stuff out. I stuck a rag down there and just switched it around. took some water, flushed it out a few times, and now our tank is pretty much usable. Now as you can see, I'm just about finished with this tank here. I'm going to hit it one more time. To be fair, to let you know, if you have a shop vac, it's a great way to suck any moisture or dirt out of that tank. What I'm going to do for one final step. I think you can see this here. And now we have a nice clean tank. And speaking of things that people throw away, this shop vac you see here, I got it for free. They threw it away at a scrapyard. All I had to do was fix the cord on the end, and it's worked great. That thing cost over $100, so it's amazing, like I said, what people will throw away that you can simply just fix. Okay, so now after pretty much cleaning out the gas tank, the next thing we really want to do is go ahead and pull this spark plug out and look at it. And I want to make sure that I see nothing unusual here. And looks pretty typical there. Pretty black, and a little bit of oil. Looks like a little bit of moisture. So what we're going to do next, we're going to take this inside of the garage where it's a little dark. We're going to set the spark plug up, ground it a little bit here against the engine, and we're going to pull the string and see if we have any spark. And we're going to use this camera to zoom in, and that way I can also verify that we are getting spark. So we'll go ahead and see if the spark plug is working. Alright, I was just about ready to do a spark plug test here, and one thing I noticed, let me see if you noticed this. Where is that spark plug wire coming out of? It's not coming out the right place. It should be coming out right here in the center. There's a little place that's bent. And look at this here. If I zoom in really close, check this out. That is actually cut there. So there's no way this would ever get any spark down to the spark plug anyway. So I'm kind of glad I saw that. So this may be the reason they got rid of it. Maybe they didn't even see that there, and it caused that spark plug to short out and this lawnmower not to run. But I can't believe that there. If I kind of zoom in there a little bit, you can see how that is kind of cut there. Cut right in two. So that is grounding out on that case there. There's no way that's going to work. So let me go ahead and fix that. We'll take this cover off and put another wire on there. Alright, we got our last bolt out, and let's go ahead and take this off. And yep, that's not supposed to be like that. Matter of fact, that's not even connected there. Let's see on the inside. Yeah, there's a little bit connected there, but still it was grounding out. It's actually supposed to go right about there. So we'll have to go ahead. I'll see if I have another coil, or for now I may just tape this up and see if it'll run eventually. But that would have been an issue right there. Okay, so what I've done, I've going to put some tape around this here, and I'm just really curious to see if this is going to get any spark down to the plug. So for now, this is a temporary fix. We'll put the cover back on. Now we'll take it inside and see if it's sparking. The spark plug is sparking. Okay, so much for that little fly in the Vaseline. Now what I've done, I brought it back in the garage where it's kind of dark. Got the vice grips kind of holding the spark plug here against the side of the engine case. And I'm going to go pull the handle and see if we have spark. I have a mirror set up on this side where I can actually see that spark plug. So I'm going to go crank it a couple times and let's see if we have some spark. Wish me luck. Oh yes, baby, I see spark. Do you see spark? I see spark. We all see spark. Yay! So that is wonderful. So this is really going to be a easy fix, I hope. Okay, so we're back outside, and I'm going to have to try to keep this video a little shorter. Try to keep it under 10 minutes now, since we got spark. It's another day, by the way, out here. We'll put this plug back in, and I'm going to do something a little exciting, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and put some gas in this mower and see if it's actually going to run. Before I do that, I'm going to do a quick oil change. Okay, so we got our oil draining out there, which is pretty nasty. The way you have to turn these mowers on their side to drain the oil out of the oil filler cap. And also when you do that, make sure there's very little gas in the gas tank. And since we're draining the oil, you can see the underside here. It's actually pretty decent. It's got a little bit of rust, but I've seen these completely rusted out where you couldn't use them. So this is another reason why I decided to go ahead and give this a try to save this mower. All right, so we'll get our oil in, about a half a quart. All right, we'll go ahead and check our level there. Get the cap back off, and we're just about up where we should be. And one thing I like to do is I always like to put in a little bit of this. Guys ask me why. Well, I like to do it because these little mowers, they need all the help they can get to keep that oil in between the crank and the connecting rod. So this is a 15-ounce bottle. I put about 7 ounces, about half of this, into this crankcase and bring it up to the top where it's going to be full in the dipstick, and your engine oil will be in really good shape. Now the type of oil I'm using, I'm just using some 20W50, just some straight up oil that I bought at the local Walmart. Doesn't have to be anything special. Other than that, we'll go ahead and fill this up and we'll be done. We'll go ahead and start this up. And like I said, this is just me. You don't have to do this, but I like to have my oil a little thicker in these push mowers, because I've seen a lot of cases where they have throwing rods where they get so hot and people let the RPM rev up so high, they're throwing rods when they get oil starved. Alright, so we'll let that settle down. We'll put the cap back on and we'll try to start this up. Alright, we got our gas in, and we'll go ahead and put this back on. We'll go ahead and start this up. And I don't think it'll run, but I could be wrong. So what do you think? Let's give this a shot and see what happens. Okay folks, here comes the big moment. Let me go ahead and prime this a couple of times and see what we get. I don't think it'll run, but who knows. Whoa, it's fired. Prime it again. Come on baby, you can run. I can't believe that runs. That is amazing. In no way I thought that would run. So this is going to work out pretty good. I can't believe I got this thing for free and it runs. So thumbs up. Right, so that was pretty good. It does run. So at this point, to keep the video a little shorter, I'm going to go ahead and clean it up a little bit and fix that plug wire there and make it look really good. And we'll come back and look at it. I'm just simply going to use some soap and water. Wheels, the side of the engine case here as much as I can. Probably use some brake cleaner and a scrub brush. Try to get the handles looking nice and shiny again. So just overall, just generally clean it up. Now on the first start there that you just saw, now you notice I had to come up here and kind of prime this a little bit to keep it running. I may have to go ahead and just pull the carburetor off and give it a good cleaning and check everything out. If I find anything interesting or noteworthy, I'll come back and let you know about that or show that on the video clip. But until then, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So I think what I'll go ahead and do is clean this carburetor up, then start cleaning it up overall and see how it works out. So looks like we're going to have something decent here. Alright, so what I've done, I've gone ahead and dropped off this carburetor. Very simple. If you want to know how to do this stuff, there are thousands of videos on YouTube on how to work on these little carburetors. I'm just going to go ahead and do this, save some time. I'm not going to go through the entire details, but there is probably why it was running the way it was running. Look at that stuff down in there. Rust. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to clean this off. The gasket seems to be okay. The primer was really good, so we'll just focus on this carburetor and clean the screen off here. Check this guy here, and looks like it might have some debris in it. So overall, if we clean this up, it may run fairly well. So looks like I may have to get a little bit of a gasket for that, but I'll put a new gasket on it. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and clean all this up and we'll put it back together and see if it idles smoothly. And if it does, then I'll be pretty happy. It looks like this is a constant speed lawnmower because there is no adjustment here on the carburetor. There's not a second hole for a spring to connect or anything that I see at this point, but I'll worry about that later. So we'll go ahead and clean this carburetor up and put it back together. Okay, so I got this carburetor cleaned up pretty nicely. used a lot of carburetor cleaner on it, and now we're going to go ahead and stick it back together. And I don't see anything else wrong with it, so it should run pretty good. And once I get it all back together here, we'll start it up and see what kind of condition it'll run in. But I think it's going to be okay. And I did get another gasket for this, so all I have to do is go ahead and put the carburetor back together here, and then go ahead and finish up. So this is pretty exciting. And like I said, if you want to know how to work on these carburetors, there's lots and lots of videos on YouTube, and there are different carburetors for different types of push mower engines, so you have to kind of be aware of that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up here, put this all together, and we'll start it up. Okay, the carburetor's back on, and I'm just going to kind of put this on here like this, and we're going to start it up and see how it idles. And we'll see if it runs. Prime it a couple times. And let's check this thing out and see what it does. Wow. I can't believe it runs. So I cannot believe this thing works. What do you think, folks? Now let me know. Was it worth my time to fix this thing up? Comments or questions, please put them in the link below. Well, in my description below anyway. I'm really happy. Now I'm going to stop. What I'm going to do is go ahead and clean it up, shine it up. We'll come back here and look at it in my next video clip. I'm going to have to stop. Here comes the storm. The rain is coming just in time because I need a break. But hey, I'm pretty excited. All right, kids, brand new day out here. We got lots of sunshine, and speaking of brand new, check this out. Ta-da! It almost looks like brand new again. A little bit of elbow grease, some minor fixing, and we have a almost brand new looking push mower. Now this mower was made in 2012. I did find the tag on it, and it cost $159. You can see how it shines now. I got the handlebars looking really good. And you can go back and look at the video and see all the things that I did to it. And I got the wheels all cleaned up, and the chute's nice and clean, and you can see the paint is pretty much dry, and it looks really good. So I guess that's about it. Now, two quick things here. I did fix this wire. I put some silicone inside and took a piece of black tape and wrapped it around her 2 times, and it looks like there's nothing even wrong with it. And on the back, what I'm going to do, there's a little guard that goes back here. I'm going to make my own guard a little bit later, but since I'm mowing flat land, I'm not too worried about it right now. But other than that, man, you can't beat this. It's amazing what you can find for free. So this is the end of the video. And you know what this means? I got to go to work. So thanks for watching YouTube. If you like any of my videos, subscribe and like and all that. Let me know where you're watching from. So until my next video, it's time to go to work.